This is insane. There are fish everywhere. Oh my gosh. What the heck do I have? It's a big one. Oh gosh. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. We're about to hit the water, do some fishing on this very cold, late fall, early winter day. We're on our third cup of coffee this morning. I just worked off a night shift and it's Monday morning. We got the boat ramp to ourselves. All the smart people either have jobs or they stayed in their warm, cozy beds this morning and slept in because it's cold. But I've got my frog tog gear on to keep me warm, so I'm looking forward to it, guys. But anyways, today we're gonna do more of an uncut style of fishing video here. Now you can see me. It's still a little dark out, the sun just came up, but yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of an uncut style video. I really like fishing on this body of water this time of year when it starts getting cold. It's a bunch of current related stuff. You can just fish right here close to the ramp, bunch of community hole stuff. Most of the time it's holding fish, so that's what I plan to do today. The water's 5 feet low and I'm gonna fish for about 4 hours. So I've been asked a couple times, you know, how do I get to fish so much? And you know, guys, it's because I don't ever sleep. Who needs sleep? Let's go catch some fish. Well, we just spent about 30 minutes getting rigged up at the ramp. I had everything rigged up this weekend for Smith Lake. I didn't really plan to even come today. I just did it, you know, last second, rigged up the boat before work and decided to come. So anyways, guys, this lake's not really a scoping lake, so I'm gonna be doing more like the old school fishing. You know, we got bluebird skies, sunny, cold, little bit of wind. My first thought that it might be, you know, some suspended type baits like jerk baits or stuff, or slow dragging a jig or something. That's kind of ideally what I'm thinking about, just from what the conditions are giving me. But you never really know. There's not a standard. You can't tell exactly what a fish is going to bite. Every fish is different, so you know, there's a little bit of science that goes into it, but you can't be 100% correct. So we're just going to throw around, kind of find our rhythm of baits, rotations, and if these fish are shallow, mid-depth, or if they're deep. So I haven't been out here in a month or so I don't really know what depth range they're going to be at. And so when I'm trying to figure out where these fish are located, I'm going to find areas that, you know, have a little mix of everything. So we got a point, little current break, rock point right there. We got some deeper water of this drop, and we got a little flat and some boat docks right there, some shallower water right here. And so when you fish places like this, you know, rotate your baits, use a variety of baits, try to figure out what these fish want, and if they're tucked up against the bank or if they're out deep. So we got a little bit of diverse lineup of swim bait, jerk bait, chatterbait, little square bill, and then the dragging baits, free rig, jig, Demiki rig, and then I got my A rig back there. So I don't know, I'm gonna probably start out with the swim bait out here. I'm just gonna start chunking, kind of pan around and see where these fish are on the Mega Live. You know, I said this isn't really a scoping lake, but at the same time, you know, you can still use the scope to see them. But as far as them actually running up and chasing the bait and you watching them eat, I don't have much luck doing it. I'm sure there's guys that are a lot better at it than me, but you know, there's just a bunch of trash fish, and it's kind of hard to tell the difference in them, because a lot of times the bass will they'll group up with these trash fish on these offshore areas. These got to be a fish ready to buy right here. Back in the day, man, this spot was jam up in the wintertime. You come over here and catch about 30 or 40 12 inchers. And then occasionally you'd have some big ones stack up in here, but it was always good for a couple, you know, if you just wanted to set the hook. You know what? I'm tired of messing around. I want to get a bite. Let's see if these are catchable species, what brand they are. They look pretty big, so I mean, I don't think a drum will bite this, but I have definitely been wrong before about stuff. Dropping the A-rig right to their heads, and they did not move. Gosh. Dropping it right down to him. About to bring it right in front of one. I mean, dead nuts. Get that joker, brother. Oh my gosh, I hope y'all can see this, because they are not moving at all. Those gotta be trash fish. I ran that A-rig right over their heads, and they didn't do a darn thing. There he is. I watched him dive down on it. That was stupid. Ugliest fish landing I have ever did see. Got my glove in my mouth, so I can't talk. But yeah, on the free rig, I pitched my free rig, or I let my free rig fall down, and I watched that fish he was suspended. He just dove down on it super fast. Oh, that was cool. Well, first fish, we got a clue. Let's see if it was luck. It's not a terrible one. I think we found them, boys. On the free rig. Like I said this morning, you know, right off the bat, the conditions, or the first thing that I would think to do as far as bait presentation is, God, yeah, that thing is, you know, something slow, dragging, targeting structure and stuff, because it's sunny, bluebird skies. Textbook fishing tells you that these fish are going to want something slow. They're going to be hug tight to structure, and so that's kind of what I was targeting. Rock banks with steep drops. There's some brush piles and stuff right here, and so what the sun does is it creates shadows, and you know, these fish just feel more comfortable around structure and stuff. I'm getting up on the bank. I'm getting up right up on these fish, right up in their grill. Let me back off of here so I don't ruin it. But these fish, they feel more comfortable around structure and stuff, as opposed to like cloudy days. They're gonna roam and stuff because, you know, they've got more cover. It's like kind of, you know, how they feed so much better in the low light situations in the morning and you know, right before dark. It's because they feel more comfortable. There's not light penetration. They've got the low light cover to help them feed. So yeah, that's kind of my thought process on why I was going to throw the free rig and slow dragging type bait. So there's a bunch of fish here. Let's get back in there. Are you freaking kidding me? Just broke off. Dude, he was freaking wrecking it too. Well, I have lost or missed at least 5 different bites on this stretch. That's pathetic, man. .3/16 egg sinker on a 4/0. I like the 4/0 with the trick worm. I've been fishing rocks, and I thought I felt a fray in my line about 30 minutes ago. You know, I don't really, if I'm not fishing a tournament, I'm not super adamant about retying, just because if I'm fun fishing, you know, if I break off, oh well. One of these days it's gonna be like a 10-pounder. Here. Dude, they're all on it. Oh my goodness. None of them ate it. What the? They'll eat old Mr. Minner. Oh my gosh. What the heck do I have? I watched him eat the minnow. It's a big one. Hope y'all could see that. Oh, come here. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, that was sick. Jig head minnow to the dome. Let's go. So guys, I was throwing the jerk bait. I made about 3 or 4 casts and I was watching them on the Mega Live, and they would just run up to it and follow it all the way back. And I swapped to the Demiki rig with the spunk shad on it. And that guy got it. That was awesome, man. About 5 foot of water, just watching them bring over the jig head right over their head. And like, the whole school of them was just on it, man. So I'm about to get back up in there because they're fired up. There it is. On the swim bait, first cast. Looks like a little dude. Little spot. Let's go. Man, rotating baits. That's what you gotta do when you're on fish like this that are just feeding up. I mean, I was taking that jerk bait, or once I got up here, you know, I seen a bunch of shad out here, and what I did was I was throwing the jerk bait, and these fish are hugged up tight. You know, it's pretty shallow. It's 6 foot right here. These fish are hugged up pretty tight to the bottom. You can't really see them. And what I was doing was I was watching my jerk bait here probably about 4 feet, and you would just see these fish just dart up from the bottom. Like there's probably 20 fish right here in this little section. So just paying attention to your graphs, if you've got the forward facing, is crucial, you know, and finding baits to locate them, like pulling them up off the bottom. I'll probably do a whole video on that because that's pretty sneaky, pretty smart when you're using your electronics too. Oh gosh, no, he came off. That one felt like a big one. That one felt like a sure enough big one. Dang. Dang. Oh man, he bit it right here. Come on, get it. Dude. I mean, they are chomping this freaking swim bait. I gotta get him off. That's a big one. Yep. There we go. Man. He ain't big, it's just a spotted bass. I mean, it is a pretty good spot. Let's go. Pretty good spotted bass right there. Whew. Man, that's awesome. This done turned into a little swag fest. God, watched him eat it. God, that is so fun, man. That is so fun. Well, that one can be dangerous right there. Little beer bass. Look at that massive ball of bait right there. God, that's a huge ball of bait. ultra sway minnow. Got him. Dude, there's so much bait. Look at all that. So much bait down there. Oh gosh. That's freaking awesome. Well, that's how we're gonna end it. That's how we're gonna end it, folks. Right here at the boat. With a big spotted bass. I've already stayed longer than I needed to. I'm gonna have to explain this one to my wife. But yeah, guys, that's awesome. It's a fat spot. Man, I love fishing out here in the cold water. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Man, guys, this is insane. There are fish everywhere out here. Guys, let me tell y'all what, this is just absolutely insane at how much bait is at this spot. That's all bait. I could sit here all day and catch them. I really want to, but I've got things I gotta do. I gotta get home. I gotta see the family. I worked all weekend. I gotta spend some time with them. That is definitely more important than these fish, even though, man, that is so tempting. There's fish everywhere. I guess I'm a live scoper now. So anyways, it started out dragging, you know, just fishing off some history, and I caught a couple and had a bunch of bites. I missed them, and I ended up you know, making a run upriver for my last spot, and I thought they might be here, but I wasn't sure. I definitely didn't think they'd be like this, but we ended up catching a bunch, man. You see rods all over the deck. This swim bait actually ended up probably being the best player. It's a little true bass. They were hitting the Berkeley Stunna, and then I had a spunk shad on there on the Demiki rig. Then I swapped to that that's the Ducket sway minnow. The thing's pretty legit. But yeah, guys, I tried to keep this a little more uncut style. So you know, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. I tried to talk a little bit about what I was doing throughout the morning, but keep in mind I'm sleep deprived. I haven't slept at all, so I probably there was some points that I forgot that I was even running the camera, so I apologize for that. But if you enjoyed this, if you have any questions about what I was doing, drop them down in the comment box below. Make sure to like this video and hit that subscribe button, guys. I appreciate you watching. Really, truly, I mean it. I appreciate you watching. Thanks, guys. We'll see you in the next one.